Vindlar handa litlum stúlkum, vindlar handa litlum stúlkum, vindlar handa litlum stúlkum. Og svo litlasta færðan stórasta, af því að hún minnstust. Vindlar handa litlum stúlkum.
Late night entertainment of the very highest caliber. Tonight, poems from Iceland, music from outer Mongolia, and a whole host of other interesting and entertaining facts that you will...
Which way's Wembley?
See that...
Thank you very much.
Hey!
Hello!
What? Come here!
What?
What are you doing? Turn
I'm
around.
streaking.
You're streaking?
I am.
Are you... Do you want to come and talk about it on the programme?
Well, unless you've got a bigger clipboard, I wouldn't mind.
Right. Oh, sorry. Roll titles. Roll titles. Sorry, what? I don't know. Come with me. Follow me, for goodness sake. We can't do it. Sean, yeah, please. Right, we got some clothes for him. OK, put these on. Now, what's your name?
Mark Roberts, if you don't mind.
Mark Roberts, and you're a serial streaker. Yeah. Could you hurry up with this, because we've got to go on?
I'll try my best.
Yeah. Could you, for God's sake... OK, come through here. Sean, as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's little soiree. Thank you. Jerry, are you well?
Very well.
Good. It's going so well, isn't it? I mean, I think that the South Bank show will be looking to me as the new presenter.
Melvin Bragg,
yes,
all you need is adenoids and you're there.
Exactly. And what are you doing?
I'll put my clothes on, is that all right?
Oh, OK, right, fine. I think, what are we doing? It's thrown me completely. I didn't know you were coming. Are we going to do the interview first, or are we going to do the competition? Oh, well, come up to the desk. Come over here. This is, this is Mark Roberts. Mark, sit here, Mark. Sit, Mark. Shut the Liverpool gob and sit down there. Right, OK. Now, this is, I can't show you too much of this, actually, but apparently you have stripped all over the world. Well, streaked all over the world.
Well, I'm an international streaker, James.
Yes?
Yeah.
An international streaker?
International, yeah.
Do you get paid for this?
Well, no, I just do it for now.
And how many places have you streaked in?
Well, I've done 6 streaks, 2 different countries, but I'm working on the rest of them.
Oh, you're working on the rest of them?
I am,
yeah. And do you get a sort of thrill when you do it? Is it sort of sexual gratification?
I get a thrill out of hearing the crowd giving me, buying me pints, and I like girls come over and give me a handshake, if you know what I mean.
I see. I see, yes. Can we see that? These are some... this is Wembley, is it? Do you do it in Wembley often or not?
Well, no, I haven't done Wembley yet.
Oh, you haven't done Wembley?
On that one.
Oh, that's where you were going when I met you?
Well, I was on my way there, yeah. Thanks very much for that.
That's OK. You're quite apparently... Oh, this is a rather nice coloured one there. Can you explain this to me or not?
I've been on a sunbed, that's why it's coloured.
Yes? Yeah, you put your clothes on very quickly tonight for somebody
I'm
who
not surprised, but if you see the police, you always learn to put your clothes on fast, like. Yeah,
I see. You wouldn't encourage... I mean, this is breaking the law, isn't it?
Well, the police say it is.
Yes, I see. Of course, some football matches... What are you... You're gesticulating in this one here.
Well, actually, I'm making an airing a point of view here about Brian Clough at the Merseyside derby.
I see, and I'm sure he was very grateful for you going on the pitch and doing that.
His son was very happy because he plays for Liverpool, doesn't
he?
Oh,
I see, yes, yeah. Where have you had your most exciting streak?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, guy.
Do they like that sort of thing over there or not?
Over there, actually.
Do they?
Yeah, well, they made me a bit of a hero over there.
What happened?
Well, after I'd done the first streak, I scored a try against the New Zealand All Blacks. Took the ball off them, scored a try, and I'd become a bit of a hero in Hong Kong, so I thought, well, there must be something in this. So I just carried on. Done another one the same day, become the first man in history to streak twice the same day. So I liked it that much. I've done it again 2 days later at a football match.
Can you get it into the Guinness Book of Records or not?
Well, the Guinness Book of Records refused to acknowledge this kind of feat.
Really?
I'm disappointed, actually, because I think it should be in the Guinness Book of Records twice for doing it twice the same day, and for up to now it's been 6 streaks.
Yeah. Oh, this is a bit rude, this one, isn't it? I can't really show this.
So. Well, I wish it was that size at all.
Yeah. Right. OK. So, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I can't do that on the grounds. I might incriminate myself, James, you know?
Yeah, I suppose so. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a very warm welcome in the true sense of the word for Mr. Mark Roberts, Britain's only serial streaker! please. Tristan, take him out, Tristan. Tristan, what do I get floor managers for? Take him out. God's sake. Sorry about that. Right. It's so difficult to keep control now, ever since the time and the place of studio audiences. You have no idea. Right, the competition, and who was the lucky person who won a holiday? Oh, it was Hannah MacDonald from London, SE17. Well done. You are off to the Canaries or the Mediterranean. It is your choice for a wonderful holiday for two of you. This week, we are offering you a holiday. Kooki was supposed to bring this on. I don't know where you are, Kooki. Have you streaked somewhere? You were supposed to bring this on. What are you doing over there? What are you looking at? She's over there doing a Tina Turner impersonation. Come over here. Come on, for goodness sake. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Kooki. OK. Right. Now, as you know, I am a big fan of the country of Iceland, and during this year, I think we should... I mean, everybody goes to places like America and Australia. We'd like to be in Iceland, so we're going to have some more Icelandic poetry for you a little later on. And this week's competition reflects this as well. The question...
is, what is... Thank you, Danny. What is the capital of Iceland?
That's fine.
Reykjavik?
Yes.
Frigidaire?
Yeah.
Frisiabolokov?
Right, OK. OK, what is the capital... what do I need that for? What is the capital of Iceland? Is it Reykjavik, Frigidaire or Frisiabolokov? And you can ring us on 0891 48 49 50, and you can win a holiday for two people for a week in either the Canaries or the Mediterranean. That number is available to you until midnight on Sunday. Do you know, I missed that. What was that? We nearly knocked you over. All right, OK. Yeah. Do you know, after last week, sorry, you're right, Keith, you knocked into that. You OK? You're right, because we can't afford industrial injuries. Are you OK?
I'm fine.
You're sure?
Yes.
OK, just wanted to check that out. Right. I don't know what to do next, quite frankly. I mean, after last week...
The advocation of violence by our sort of...
Oh, you got upset about that, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Well, he's been severely reprimanded.
I should hope so. I hope someone spanked him.
I shall. Well, he enjoys that, as you know. I should be asking Jerry Hayes to give the official view of his violence a little later on. But for now, Baz, Big Baz.
How do you know?
You've got a couple of movies to review.
Sorry. Yeah, The Shawshank Redemption.
The what?
It's an unfortunate title, The Shawshank. When I first saw it, I thought it must be some sexual
Lucky we haven't got Mrs. Malaprop on here tonight,
well,
isn't
indeed,
it? Yes.
The Shawshank.
You've done it once. OK, no need to go on. Yes.
Well, yeah, something else has a K, but never mind. But no, this is a movie set in a prison. OK, Tim Robbins is jailed for something he may or may not have committed, and he spends 20 years in jail trying to prove his innocence. He becomes friends with his cellmate, played by Morgan Freeman. It's a lovely movie that it sort of examines a deep friendship. It's not sexual in any way. It's just friendly, Jerry. Just that little smirk on your face.
Just a minute, Carl. The two of you, all right? Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
He's dumb, I'm deep.
Now, behave. Never mind about that, Lippy. Now, after both of you, sit down and behave.
They're behaving quite irresponsibly, aren't they?
I know. For two such upstanding members of...
It's inciting me to violence.
I'll incite the both of you in a minute.
They should be made to write at the Shawshank Redemption 100 times.
Anyway...
As unfortunate as the title is, the film is brilliant. It's beautifully acted. It's beautifully written. Seriously.
Shall we see a little?
Let's see a little bit.
Let's see a little.
Some things are best left unsaid.
Beautiful music, of course, from The Marriage of Figaro.
Oh, well done, James.
By Mozart. And a rather beautiful camera shot. One of those craning shots that looks so exquisite. Sublime. Mike Mansfield, who can't stop, he's in ecstasy. It's like an orgasm in my ear.
It's a lovely scene, actually, because Tim Robbins has broken into the governor's office to sort of bring the inmates, his fellow inmates, a bit of culture. It's a beautiful moment.
And why did we see somebody on the toilet reading dirty magazines? I mean...
What in jail? What else can you do?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
We won't delve too far into that. There's another movie opening this week called...
Look at that. Look at that face.
A movie called Black Beauty, perfect for those two kids sitting there. I tell you.
Shall we talk about Black Beauty?
It's a lovely little movie.
Yeah.
It's a talking Black Beauty in this movie. You hear his voice. He talks.
It's a very, very sad story.
It's very sad. There's sort of three sort of vignettes in this film. A couple where he's treated very badly, one where he's treated very nicely.
Does it have a happy ending?
It does. I'm not going to give it away. Beautifully. But beautiful ending.
Let's
look at the clip?
Yeah, let's look at the clip. Here we go. OK. Black Beauty. And that's a very good film, as just once, before we finish this, he wants to say something about SFW.
It's a film called SFW. It stands for So Bleep Bleep What, and that's about as good as it gets, frankly.
So flipping what?
And that describes it.
Fine, don't go and see it. That's Bamming Boy, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Good, OK, right, now, sorry, Tristram, have you got, is this the right number for the band?
That is the right number.
OK, fine. Good, just wanted to check. A little bit of music on the show. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, please would you welcome singing What Kind of Love Are You On? This is Dominique Atkins.
I'll sing pretty love, walking through springtime, singing a nightingale song. And bitter love, chaos and debris, and screaming a nightingale's wrong. You said you loved me, you said you loved me, but what kind of love are you on? Sing junkie love, the kind when whatever you do it is never enough. And angry love, the kind when the pressure of loving is always too much. You said you loved me, you said you loved me, but what kind of love are you on? Making love, taking love, what kind of love are you on? Win, lose, or draw love, what kind is your love? What kind of love are you on? I've seen lazy love avoid confrontation once the relationship started. Crazy love to
much indeed. The lovely Dominic Atkins, first time on TV. Am I speaking to myself? Thank you very much indeed. Keith is there. That was good, wasn't it?
Star.
Very, very nice. And the camera?
Beautiful. The camera loves her and the beautiful voice.
I hate her. I hate her. What kind of love are you on? Well, anyway, never mind. Right, OK.
Nothing you can buy, James.
Before we take the break, quick, the competition. Don't forget you can win this wonderful holiday in the Canaries or the Mediterranean. The choice, my friends, is yours. All you have to do is answer this simple question. What is the capital of Iceland? A country that I think is going to become really big in the holiday stakes, and not just for backpackers. Going to take Gary Jacobs and Jerry Hayes up there and immerse them in some volcanic mud baths. What is the capital of Iceland? Is it Reykjavik, Frigidaire or Frisiabolakov? And, do you know, I don't know who wrote that, but I'm really annoyed about it. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. 0891 48 49 50 is the number to ring, and the lines are open until midnight on Sunday. Frisiabolakov. Welcome back. Nice to see you there. Now, listen, tonight we have got Babs coming along for a bit more of her Whaley's workout a little later on. But, of course, this programme is Culture with a capital C. And now we're going to do some Icelandic poetry. I want you to listen carefully because I think this will conjure up the mountains and valleys, the hard volcanic places, the hot springs of Iceland and the beautiful summer meadows as well. So Sean will now read the title poem from his book. That's Sean on his book. It's called Night of the Lemon. We start. Sean, over to you.
Nótt sítrónunar.
Night of the Lemon.
Glitrandi.
Glittering.
Mistur af hafi.
Mist from the sea.
Götuljósin stækkuðu.
The streetlights grew bigger.
Eitt ljósker skein í hverjum dropa.
A lantern shone in every drop.
Á gleraugunum mínum.
On my spectacles.
Við sátum út á svölum.
We sat out on the balcony.
Og skárum sítrónur.
And sliced the lemons.
Köstuðum sneiðunum fram af.
Threw the slices away.
Svo þær þöktu götuna.
So they covered the street.
Glitrandi.
Glittering.
Augu og augu.
Eye to eye.
Í nóttinni.
In the night. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean. We will be meeting Sean, who is a fascinating and very interesting and huge star in Iceland a little later on. But now, you, like I, have been worried, I'm sure, about the fact that there has been an extra star sign found in the solar system. Most programmes have done something about this, and we are no exception. So would you please welcome a gentleman who has studied the heavens for years and years and years. Just one moment. Listen to this. Speak. Let everybody else hear what I have to put up with. Quiet. Anyway, please would you welcome... It doesn't only work in the ear. Please would you welcome... I'm not going to be put off by you, Mansfield. I have got all night... And even if necessary, some of the time for cue the music. So we're just, you know, I can wait. A man who gave birth to the Bay City Rollers has no need to shout in my ear. I've got all night. Ladies and gentlemen, a man, as I said, who has studied the heavens for years. Please would you welcome Mr. Charles Chuck.
Hey, number way. Flippant in bow Piggy. Piggy Bayway with an F&B, H in bow. Behind me is an ancient alternative Mr. Whale. It took me many years of study and deep research to unscrabble the esoteric meanderings of an ancient culture. I found that the 12 characters that have been in existence for donkey's years are not what they seemed. And by the clever use of disguise and deceitness, fooled the world into making the wrong forecasts. We must never forget the ships and the stars. Birds have flown in them. Boxers have been knocked senseless with them. And Charlie Chuck's Chuckoscope has got predictions for you. Talk to me.
Yes. Yes. Well, Professor Chuck, we have now found this new star in the universe, which is of course I don't know, what's that one for a star? What's that?
Cream bun.
Is that a new star sign?
That's a new star sign.
September the 23rd to October the 22nd.
That's right.
Yes.
That's cream bun.
Cream bun, yeah, fine.
Now, those born under cream bun...
Yes.
...have got problems.
A bit like us tonight. Yes.
They were born on the cusp.
Were they?
That means they're not quite sure whether they're cream buns or cakey pigs.
Ah, cakey pigs, yes.
Now,
this is cakey pigs, yes.
Now...
That's what...
Humpty Dumpty...
Yes.
Didn't fall off the wall, he was pushed.
Was he?
And if they'd have boiled him longer, he wouldn't have cracked up so soon. Now, don't worry if you are twins, crabs, fish, chips or scales. Sagittarians can be forgiven for thinking they exist at all. Even Russell Grant might not exist.
This one?
Stick.
Yes.
Sticks are very supportive and can be very useful. Stick envelopes, for example. And they're environmental friendly, like stick insects. And I've got a big nose. I'll tell you that.
Well, Professor Chuck, thank you very much indeed.
Cock Robin.
Yes.
I said the sparrow in my bow and arrow.
I killed Cock Robin. I think that has explained the mysteries of the universe for us.
I'll tell you that.
Adequately.
Get away from me.
Don't you? Very much.
Where's Kate Adie?
Yes.
Where is she? If she's coming on, I'm off. There's always a disaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Chuck!
Come out, let me out.
Charlie just became a father, by the way. OK, right, time now to... Time now... I don't know what the hell we're doing now. Very nice. Our painters here, very, very good. Actually, very, very good. Yeah. All right, kiddo, you've been away for a while. Where have you been?
Well, I've been away in LA.
And I've been away in LA. Yes.
Just briefly, just for a holiday, actually.
You wanted some more mural work, or...?
Absolutely, yeah. If anybody wants a mural...
Side of the house?
Get in touch with the show.
OK.
Yeah, side of the house, inside the toilet, anywhere on the floor, even better, on patios and that sort of thing.
Good, good. OK, and then you can have something like this done. Brilliant. Absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. Now, time for Whaley's Workout tonight, featuring the delectable and the very twistable Babs Curry!
Tonight we're going to get rid of that aching back. So, kneel down. Now, when your back's really bad and it's killing you, it's absolutely aching, all you do is this. You place your hands on the floor and you arch it like crazy just to stop those muscles going into spasm. You then lower your back down and lift the head up and look at the ceiling. Drop the head again and arch that back. Then draw your right knee to the forehead, lift the leg in the air, point the toe up to the ceiling to keep your back flexible. Lower it down, try the other side, draw the knee to the forehead, lift it up to the ceiling and relax. Now gently, your back doesn't have to always ache, it can be kept really flexible. Draw the thumbs in front, fingers behind, lift the chin up now, breathe in, gently take the head back, slowly at first, never strain your body, gently it will go back, then the head will gently go back to the floor with practice. Come up very slowly then, relax, and bring a foot into the middle. Your spine then needs corkscrewing round. Bring the right foot into the middle, the left foot over the top, place the right hand on the right knee, and turn the head over the shoulder to really corkscrew that back round, and keep it very flexible. Return the head to the front then, and repeat on the other side. Then stretch the legs out. Now for really brilliant spinal stretch, slip the right hand to the right foot, lift the other hand in the air, take the ear down towards that knee, and come up again, repeat over the other side. Gently come up then, stretch the spine, and eventually your head and your chin will go on the floor. Come up, your spine then needs a brilliant stretch out. So lie flat, lift the legs in the air, take them straight back behind the head. Eventually the knees can go back. Eventually you can come up very gently into a sitting position and then relax. Okay, there you go. Every day. See you.
Thank you very much indeed, man. That's really great. Now remember, all right, off you go. Flipping hog my show. Remember, do not try this at home if there are any adults around. Right, okay. What are we doing now? Is it your chance?
It's
yeah,
me,
okay,
me,
well, would you want to sit over here? Bring that on, that's good, Tristan. Yes.
And the chair.
Here we go.
Very efficient. And little Keith is going to be standing in his little position. Isn't that nice?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, a little ripple for Mr. Jerry Hayes. That's it, that's enough. A lot of people last week said, what a... Baz, we'll get to you later.
We've had him.
Have we had him?
We've had him.
Are you
already.
sure? I forgot all about that.
We've had him, I know. Nature erases.
Oh, for goodness sake. Right, OK. Now, it's Kooki. She puts us off the stroke.
She does.
Yeah, OK. Enough of this. Right, we're on to Jerry, because, you know, Jerry, like all politicians, and John Burt said, and we talked about it last week, we did I thought that combative interviewing technique in the boxing room worked rather well. I think we should do more of those. Maybe Brian Waldron would like to buy the idea off us. Northern Ireland.
Yep.
Much in the news. Used to be in the Northern Ireland office.
Yep.
OK. Tell me about it. What's the problem?
The problem is that the Times newspaper leaked a bit of a document, and they did it in such a disgraceful and reprehensible way that they could actually lead to unprecedented bloodshed in Northern Ireland. I was called to the Prime Minister's office at midnight with about 30 other colleagues on that Tuesday a couple of weeks ago to be told by the Prime Minister, who was ashen-faced with anger, what was actually happening, and to go out and try and sell the message. Because, OK, governments could fall, I could lose my job, the Prime Minister loses my job. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. But in Northern Ireland, people will die, or could die, because of this sort of mischievous reporting. And it's just not true. It's completely untrue.
Do you think there is ever... I mean, I've been to Belfast many times and other parts of Northern Ireland, as you have. And when you go there, you very seldom meet anybody who wants to talk about the Troubles, who wants to discuss it, who says that we just want to get on and live our lives normally. But there is, of course, this underlying current. Do you ever think there can be no understanding? I mean, how can you win in that situation?
Well, look at this time last year. By this time last year, 20 people had been killed. No one has been killed, touch wood. And the streets of Belfast,
as well as I do, as soon as the document, whether it's the document that was leaked the other day, or whether it's a new document, when that document comes out for discussion, when people start saying this is what we want and it doesn't please one side or the other, then things are going to...
But it's not going to be like that. There's a triple lock mechanism. There'll be a discussion, there'll be consultation, and then it won't just be politicians who decide. It won't be Parliament who'll bounce something on Northern Ireland. It will be a referendum. The people decide. And as John Major said to us the other evening, look, if the people reject it, the people reject it, but it's not going to be the politicians who reject it. We've been let down by our politicians.
How do you, as a politician, embrace the fact that the majority of people on this part of the United Kingdom, this side of the water, couldn't care less? The reason it has never become a major issue in any election is because the majority of people who don't live in Northern Ireland couldn't care less.
Because they don't understand, they don't know. They've never had to see their friends being carried and coffins at funerals. That's what happens all the time, or what has been happening all the time in Northern Ireland. And there's been a great feeling of elation in Northern Ireland. I know a lot of people watch a show over there and they're just confused now. Think, what's going on? We can't let the politicians let us down again. That's what we're saying. And that's what we're saying over here. And Labour Party's being very, very responsible over this.
So how are you... OK, I know everybody wants to get together and sort this out, but how, when I think it's something like 70% of the people who live in Northern Ireland do not want to lose links with the United Kingdom.
Of course not.
So how on earth can the island of Ireland ever become at peace with itself, whilst 70% of people in Northern Ireland wish to retain links with the UK?
But we're halfway there. We're at one with the Southern Irish government, with the Republic. Our policy is the same. That is the people who will actually make the decision, not the politicians. All we're doing as politicians is putting various options together. And if the majority of people in Northern Ireland do not want to become part of the South or don't want any institutions with the South, it will not happen. But it's for the people to decide and no one else.
Thanks very much indeed. What can we do? Last question, very quick answer. What can we all do to help this along the way? Just keep our noses out and watch it, or what?
I just hope that some of my colleagues in the House of Commons, some of the Eurosceptics who have been a little bit tricky on Northern Ireland in the past, do not play politics. Do not try and use this as a way of getting rid of John Major or the government. This is far too big for petty party politics within a party.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Hayes, thank you. OK. Most sensible thing I've heard for ages. Music now, and we are bringing back, of course, the delectable, the lovely, the talented, the marvellously attractive. He says, looking through his script for the name, Dominique Atkins is here, and she is going to sing a song entitled Eddie Rose.
Jumpers, you can make love standing up on a skateboard in a hammock. And in the meantime, easy come is easy go. I'm gonna hold on to the friends that I got, 'cause they're all I have to show. Well, I'm not working, but I've made Well, you can keep your big house, big money, big ideas, and fat cigar, huh? Yes, you can. 'Cause you're making me gag. It ain't the smoke, it's everything else that you are. You look at me and you see somebody else. You just can't keep your dirty hands to yourself. And I will always hate you for that. Yes, I will always hate you for that. Yes, I will. And in the meantime, easy come and easy go. I'm gonna hold on to the friends that I got, 'cause they're all I have to show. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the love that I got, 'cause it's all I have to show.
Fantastic. There we are, Dominic Aikins, and that is terrific, called Little Girl, or was it called Little Girls? Anyway, we'd like to... She does look a little like Victoria Principal. Thank you very much indeed, Michael. Will you come back again? Will you come back? Oh, good. We'll have her back on the show soon, because you like that. Right. Here's the competition. Your chance to win a holiday for 2 people on the Canaries or in the Mediterranean. What is the capital of Iceland? Is it?
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. Frigidaire or...
Frigidaire.
OK, the lines are open till midnight on Sunday. Ring us now on 0891 48 49 50. We're back in a couple of minutes. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Whale is on the television, The James Whale Show. Thank you for all the letters, by the way. A lot of these come in. Kooki, as usual, along with others in Torbay. I look forward to seeing more of you. Let Kooki have her own spot. Dear, I thought this was to me. I have never been so excited as when I watch Kooki. Dear... Oh, for goodness, don't bother to write it in that case. Right. Now, please put yourselves into the frame of mind. Imagine this is sort of artistic on The Late Show. Humi is described as the sound of the wind on 3 lakes in the west, carried and echoed in mountains for 3 days and then released onto the plain below. In Mongolia, the music is considered to be the authentic sound of nature, and the people who sing it are regarded as heroic figures. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Ormiston. Whoa! Michael, thank you. That was terrific.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Michael Ormiston, ladies and gentlemen, I've never ever heard that sort of music before. That was absolutely brilliant. You must come back and do some more.
Love to do more.
Because people were thinking, were we taking the mick or not? But this is completely serious.
This is very genuine music that comes from a wonderful place out in Mongolia.
And you've been there, presumably?
Been there a couple of times. I went there, first of all, a few years ago on my own, a little pilgrimage to learn about this music. And last year I went with a group, Nada, and we sort of toured Mongolia. The first ever tour by a British group of Mongolia.
I mean, can you imagine what that would do with a sort of rock beat behind it?
Well,
it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well,
would that be blasphemous?
There's a group called Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan group who do a little bit of that in Mongolia themselves. So maybe you could get them across.
Michael, you must come back again. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Ormiston. OK. Quickly we go from Mongolia to Iceland. Please welcome Sean, which is not really how you pronounce it, Sean, is it?
Well, the real name is Sigurjón B. Sigurðsson, but don't
Sigurjón B. Sigurðsson.
Yes.
Fine, yes, you see, I could have said that. There's no problem at all. Sean, you've had a number of books published in Iceland.
Yeah.
And poetry's quite popular, isn't it, over there? I mean, it's not over here people say poetry.
Yeah, I think you must say it's quite popular in Iceland because, I mean, it seems that everybody writes poetry, reads poetry, and some visitor a few years ago said that, you know, a huge monument should be raised to the Icelander that did not write poetry.
Now, you are a big star in Iceland, aren't you?
Well, I've been some sort of an enfant terrible in Iceland. Yeah, of course I'm a big star. I'm nominated now for one of our biggest literary awards and things like that, so, you know,
see,
that's why I'm here, you know.
They haven't got that on the South Bank show either. Now, you have appeared on stage with the Sugar Cubes in America, haven't you?
Yes, I used to have like this alter ego called Johnny Triumph, who was like the most uptight rock and roll star of all time. And he just loved to have the Sugar Cubes as his support band, and that's how he saw it. And he loved the concert in Boston where the Pixies were the support band of the Sugar Cubes, and then the Sugar Cubes his support band, and he did his only song there. So
well, maybe he could come on the show and do his only song on here sometime.
Yes, maybe, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I can maybe talk him into it, yeah.
OK, now you have come over here and you're a pal of Björk's. She must be the best-known person who's never been interviewed in the world.
Yes.
Does she ever come out of wherever she hides away? No.
No.
I see.
I mean, she likes just to, you know,
she
stick
does
to
exist,
her job, you
doesn't
know.
she?
Yes, parts of her, yes.
Parts of her exist.
The voice, for example, you know.
Yes.
The throat.
The throat.
Yes.
Not unlike that Mongolian music in some ways. Now, the reason he's cagey, I tell you, the reason he's cagey is because you're now going to edit Björk's new magazine, aren't you?
Yes. She brought me over to London from Fries Jabolakov, the capital of Iceland. Yes, he brought me over to edit this magazine and take care of her interview pages, you know. In the old days, poets were the main export of Iceland, you know. And so, you know, she wanted to import something to London, and she brought me over, and I'm taking care of this magazine, which is going to be like a multicultural magazine sold to Björk's fan without having a single photo of herself in it. So that's the trick I'm supposed to pull, yeah.
OK, Sean, thank you very much indeed. It's been fascinating. And please come back and sing as Johnny Triumph on the programme, will you?
Yes.
OK. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean, again, Sean.
Sean from Fries Jabolakov.
Yeah, fine. OK, and now, after his... Are you going to come and sit up here? You might as well come and sit up here.
Yeah,
there we are, sit down over there. After your outburst last week, I think he wants to make... First of all, he wants to apologise, and he wants to say that he's not suggesting... You do want to apologise. If anybody got the wrong idea and thought that you were suggesting that people should get violent to get their own way.
No, what I was suggesting was that magistrates should allow somebody to mitigate violence when they are trying to combat racism. That's the point.
Yeah, but unfortunately, what you're suggesting, and I hope that you don't really mean this, is that if people aren't getting their own way, that they should resort to violence.
No, not at all. I don't approve of violence. What I do say is that if somebody does have an outburst, as we saw, and it was an exceptional outburst, not the way that person behaves all the time, that I said, I hope their solicitor, if that person is charged and found guilty of an offence, is able to mitigate before the court on the basis that it was in response to a racist comment. That's the point.
We were talking about Eric Cantona, if anybody wondered what we were talking about, but basically do not write to me and say, oh, Gary Jacobs said it was all right for me to go and thump somebody.
No, not at all. Not
it
at
isn't.
all, no.
Right, got a couple of letters before we run out of time.
Yes, first of all, somebody, oddly enough, somebody's written some poetry in England, wanted to publish it. They sent it to a publisher who published a book with 100 authors, all of whom have to share 5% of the total sales. And what they say is,
You're not going to ask us to work it out, are you?
No, no, no.
Oh, fine, OK,
are there any legal guidelines regarding rates of royalties? And the answer, quite simply, is no. It's a matter for negotiation. But if you are going to be a writer, as you are, you need an agent, don't you, to make sure that he gets you the maximum for your work.
You need an agent or guts to say, I want to take a part of this, you know. Be a part of this, you know. You just sell your own poetry and become rich and famous.
That's right, but you do need an agent if you can't get the money, right. Somebody's written a very interesting note to me. In fact, they've got correspondence going between themselves and their wife without prejudice. Those are the words that solicitors use, so that letters can't be produced in court. The problem is that they're writing things to each other like, without prejudice, I think you're a fat pig. Well, I'm afraid to say that...
that's not fair.
Letter like
he does his best.
A letter like that can be produced in court. I've had 2 letters from people...
We're going to have to keep those until next week, because we're out of time.
OK, no problem.
And I know you want to go back and do some singing with Michael Ormiston a little later, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Because you enjoyed that.
It was wonderful.
We're back next week with a programme that you won't believe on the James Wales Show, with more culture, more flesh, more fun, more excitement, and more of...
Upmarket.
And more upmarket.
Class.
And more class. And more class. I have just been called that Professor Charlie Chuck is not too well. I'm now going to have to leave you and go outside because I get worried about it. He's had some kind of a brainstorm. So I'm going to go out and see him. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourselves and join us again same time next week. All right? Cook, come on. I think you might need to. Help me out here, Cook. Cookie, where are? Come here. Okay. Fine. Where is? I think he's down here. Follow me. Okay. Come down here. I think he's down in the fridge downstairs.